Assalamu alaikum, assalamu Allah, peace, peace family. Today we're going to build in the cipher on the Shahaadah, or the declaration by Messenger Elijah Muhammad, and how it does not take us out of the reality of Allah God. We would like to begin our things in the name of Allah, so please permit me to make a brief prayer. In the most holy name of Allah God, who is the original people, worldwide, I bear witness that the black man is God. I bear witness that the black man was God. I bear witness that the black man is God. I bear witness that the black man shall be God. And I bear witness that Master Fard Muhammad is the supreme God of all gods. And I bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is his first, last, and only messenger. And I bear witness that though we teach the reality of Allah God being the original Asiatic black man, we do not limit man to just the physical, but man is also the mind, the divine mind. So whether it's the will of Allah or the physical person or Sakim of Allah, Allah is Allah, and there's only one creator of all creation, just as there's only one energy that encompasses all of creation. There's only one mind that encompasses every brain of every fish, insect, bird, and human being that was, is, and shall ever come anywhere in our universe. The black man is God. Amen. I would like to share with y'all very briefly a quote from Messenger Elijah Muhammad. And when I say a quote from Messenger Elijah Muhammad, I like to quote the messenger because unfortunately it's 2022 and I get all these calls and emails and texts from all over the world, literally. On one hand, I understand 85%, 10%. Now, I mean, you know, you got orthodox scholars in the East that's literally trying to shut me down. Now, this shirk that I'm teaching the law is, man, they trying to, like, they tripping with that. You know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. But what really is sad to me and of concern is why so many FOIs, not necessarily MGTs, but really a lot of fruit seems to be opposed to teaching that they themselves are God. They don't have no problem with saying, oh yeah, the picture of Master Muhammad, that's Allah, God in person. They believe in, like, the messenger, Farrakhan, Salas, this leader, that leader, this book, that book, the Holy Quran, the Bible, the Torah, the Septuagint, the Vulgate, ancient Kemetic, the Meta or hieroglyphics, what have you. But when it comes to the knowledge of themselves, it's sad. They still are spooky and lost. So we're going to, I took one of my old books and just took just 3 brief essays out of there. But I want to put it in context by reading the Shahaadah from Messenger Elijah Muhammad. For those of you that may not be familiar with this divine book, this holy tomb, this is the holy message to the black man in America by Messenger Elijah Muhammad in 1965. Okay. On page number 167, it reads, and I quote, "We say Allah is God. We say in Arabic language, Oou Akbar. We say in the Arabic language, La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasoul Allah. We that say that in your midst today should make you tremble and go off and commit suicide. We believe in the Shahaadah. We believe in La ilaha illallah Muhammadan Rasoul Allah. We bear witness that there is one creator of creation, covering 230 quintillion 640 quadrillion square miles. We bear witness that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the creator of the planet Earth, covering 196,940,000 square miles, 57,255,000 square miles of land, 139,685,000 square miles of water. We bear witness to that. But we don't look at Allah as Casper the Friendly Ghost, as Merlin the Magician, as I Dream a Genie, as some magical Latin on a magic carpet that was saying abracadabra, making these things happen. Allah forbid. The Holy Quran is 100% true if you understand it. The Holy Bible is 100% if you understand it. There is nothing spooky. See, I'm not going to, it would take generations for Master Muhammad to sit down, Elijah Muhammad down, and go through the Bible. Look, you see right here where it says the goats and the sheep, this means this. Oh, over here where it talk about the bear, that means this. Oh, the eagles that came up out of this, that, it'd be all day with that. The message explained, Master Muhammad gave him the formula, the mathematics. He taught him, brother, everything is real. See, when you have that concept, the sciences of life, the spiritual science of life, basically, I don't care if you pick up your Bible, your Quran, your Torah, you're not going to be misled because you're not going to interpret it in a spooky way. If it goes against the universal order of things, you'll be like, oh, now I mean, be like, okay, there was a serpent in a tree talking to Adam and Eve. You'd be like, now, wait a minute. We know serpents don't talk in trees. What was the serpent doing in paradise? So you got to look at the science of it. You got to look at the spiritual part. You got to look at what God said. Now, I mean, God in a burning bush, but you got to look at the essence. Like, okay, what does that mean? Because we understand that human beings throughout this Bible, throughout the Quran, there's similes, there's parables, there's analogies, there's symbolic language in Scripture. So you don't take some parts, as the Holy Quran wisely put it. There are people that take parts of the Quran literally, and there's people that take parts of the Quran symbolically, and there's people that takes the parts that's symbolic literally, and people that takes the part that's symbolic literally. I mean, and they make confusion a bit on the earth. There is nothing spooky. Prophet Muhammad taught haq. He taught the truth. He taught reality. His life, his sacrifices, his death was all in reality. Everything that happened. When you hear about, I remember talking to one brother about the angels, and man, and when it was raining, he didn't know what made rain, hail, snow, and earth. He didn't know 1 to 40 or lost our miles, and that's number 2. We did. But I was amazed at, he was a real intelligent brother. Knew Arabic and all that way better than me. You know, I mean, he's a scholar in Islam as far as I can say. I highly respect him, brother. Love him to death. Good brother. But we theologically had our differences, but we used to learn from each other. We used to dialogue with one another out of mutual respect. You know what I mean? But I used to, he used to joke with me. I used to joke. We had a good rapport. There was no animosity or bitterness or hatred. Now, I mean, we can dialogue. Now, I mean, a lot of religious people is just too sensitive. Now, I mean, you gotta have a thick skin in this thing. I mean, so what somebody don't like you? I mean, so what someone don't believe like you believe? That's what makes the world interesting. I mean, it'd be a boring universe if everybody was running around here talking about Jesus. Everybody running around talking about they Muslim, they Jewish, they atheists, they black, they white, they Chinese. It's like, come on. You know what I mean? So the messenger here, in his Shahaadah, you know what I mean? And when he say his Shahaadah, I say his Shahaadah in the sense that the spiritual science, the Holy Quran doesn't say, La ilaha illallah Muhammadun Rasoul Allah. That's not Quranic. That's Hadith. And that's a whole nother thing right there with the Hadiths. But the messenger is trying to show the Arab world or the Orthodox Muslims, the people of the Maghrib, see, you got a lot of black Muslims that was working with the devils. See, people look at it like, oh, they Muslims are, Just because somebody Muslim don't mean they ain't got ambitions. That don't mean they ain't trying to stick up some caravans. That don't mean they ain't heating up the Great Pyramid of Giza. You know what I mean? You know, in our lessons, Lost Foundation lesson number 1, Master Muhammad teaches us about the Great Pyramid of Giza. Our lessons 99 Actual Facts teaches the Great Pyramid of Giza weighs 14 billion pounds, consists of 2,800,000 blocks. Each block weighing an average of 2.5 tons or 5,000 pounds. It is 481 to 764 feet high. It covers 13 acres. We study ancient Kemet and all that. The message teaches us that when we talk about ancient Kemet or Egypt, we're also talking about Arabia. We're also talking about that Nile River Valley civilization. Our people is like, oh, we're this, we're that, we're you know, our nationality is this. The message like, listen, Spooky, we're Asiatics. That's our nationality. But we are also black. You're like, you're not a black. Yes, we are black. I mean, yes, we are black. Yes, there are white people. Yes, there are black people. Yes, there are shades of black. I mean, there's black, brown, yellow, red, white. There's the albino. I mean, out of the original man, study ancient men. Out of the original man comes all people. I mean, we do that. Our goddesses, our Bayat, our Newt, they do that. Now, I mean, they could produce an albino baby if they wanted to, if they had to, if the circumstances, the gene pool is correct. Now, I mean, but this spooky stuff with this mystery God, we got to get this spooky stuff out of our people. So I want to read. I ain't gonna read the whole 3 pages. I'm just gonna take and give you a couple of excerpts. This first one is titled, "Why is God looking for God?" I wrote this probably like, when did I write this? I would say about, oh, it got California's address on this. I wrote this probably like 20-some years ago. Alright? It opens up with a verse from the Bible, Psalms chapter 82, verse 6 technically, or verse, you can read the whole thing, verse 1 through 8 actually. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Now, when we say that we're Asiatics, this is the problem we have with people that, how can I put it respectfully? There are people that think that we're wrong for saying we're black in the Nation of Islam, that we're the black nation, all this. The message said, yeah, the media start calling us black Muslims. We don't call ourselves black, but we just call ourselves Muslims. But we understand. I mean, meaning that we're fighting for black nationalism. Not black nationalism in the sense of we're trying to establish a black nation in America. We're saying we're fighting for black nationalism in the sense that we want freedom, justice, and equality and balance on my hat back on the plane of the universal order of things. The fish, the seahorses are using dirty Q-tips. Fish are getting caught up in plastic trash bags. Now, I mean, birds is dying from pollution from airplanes. The whole world is out of balance because of the evilness and the imbalance of the devil's civilization. We're trying to bring that back. That is something that white people should be clapping and applauding, like, please, black man and woman, get back on post. We was in charge of this thing for a minute. Like, it ain't turned out too good. Chinese people used to run this. The Arabs used to run this. The Arabs used to kick our behind, rape, rob, and murder us. Arab Muslims used to rape, rob, and murder us. I mean, all up, not just the, so they like, the message said they're going to have to answer for themselves, but when we say Arabs or Rabil, they're lords. They was the lords. Like the Jewish rabbi, they the gods on earth. Jews, the Orthodox Jews know what I'm talking about. They were the lords. It wasn't no mystery Yahweh, God in the sky and all that kind of stuff. It wasn't no life after death and all this other spooky stuff that we had today. Now, I mean, organized religion just seemed to keep taking over spiritual sciences. So, we got to take it back to basics. When we say we're Asiatics, If you look at the earth in 2022, Master Muhammad teaches us in our 99 Actual Facts, there's 7 continents or 7 land masses: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Australia, and Europe. What is the biggest part of the planet Earth? It's not Mama Africa. It's Daddy Asia. Asia is 16 million square miles. Alright? When we say Asia, I remember one brother that I like and respect, he was telling me basically like, Asia came from the Greece, and I was like, no it didn't. If you I don't like telling people the message. They don't believe the message. You know what I mean? You know, the black man ice ain't as cold. It's 32 degrees, but the white man ice to some people is just cold. Go on Wikipedia and study the ancient origins of Asia. The scholars admit Asia is so old they do not know when it began. Asia is the name of Asia for the earth is so old that they don't even know its origin. But they found ancient documents talking about Asia. Like ancient Kemets talking about those Asiatics. Huh? This is before Greek and all that. None of the hieroglyphs talk about the ancient. The Chinese talk about Asiatics. This is an ancient name. Asia basically means world. ATI means tribe. It means a citizen, if you will. When we say Asiatic, what we mean in our black nationalism jargon, we're saying that we're world citizens. We're saying that the black man and woman are divided against themselves today. They like, oh, they Haitians, oh, they Jamaicans, oh, we're North Americans, oh, we're South Americans, oh, we're Africans, I'm Nigerian, I'm Egyptian, I'm from Yemen, I'm a black dollar from India. Come on, we're black people. Now, we may migrate, we may have this brother marry more than one wife and go over there and start this little tribe and this family just blossom. We may have this pharaoh or this ruler or this king or this god and he got 100 kids over there, 1,000 kids over there, and they go off and do that thing, and at the end of the day you be deluded and thinking that history is a science. History is not a science. You can't. That's like somebody reading tea leaves talking about, oh, I know the facts. The ancient Chinese, the ancient Kemetics, this. It's like, yeah, that's until you dig deeper and somebody with more knowledge and understanding you, until they find some ancient artifact and destroy your whole little theory. You know what I mean? But we want to keep it simple. We're saying we're world citizens. We're saying that the black people on the islands of the Philippines, the black people in ancient Europe, the black people in ancient China, India, Australia, wherever you went on this planet, it was only black people. If you want to go further, and please pay attention to this part. When you hear people put out people in little boxes like, oh, this is the Maghreb, this is from Egypt, this is from North America, this is from South America, you gotta be like, and what time is you talking about? Because America is 13 colonies. Oh, time moved on. America now has these other little states. Oh, America don't include New Mexico or Texas or California or Louisiana. Oh, that's the Louisiana Purchase. Oh, you talking about a different America now. They expand their borders. They shrink. They contract. They got invaded over here. They took over this part of Africa. The people that's living over here is no longer there. They got ran out of there. Oh, the Arabs came and invaded and took that over. Now other people is over there. Oh, those people, they killed all the men and the women and the elders and children had to migrate. They went down such and such. So the borders, the languages, the syntax, the spiritual systems, the so-called religions, that stuff always mixes and blends and changes with time. So you got like a gumbo, I mean, when it comes to understanding humanity. But we take it even further. You know what I mean? Meaning that no matter what language you want to use, but before the explosion, a lot of people ain't into that, so I ain't going to get deep into the moon, but scientists around the world, geologists, white geologists, black geologists, Chinese geologists, people that are that's more educated than me, people that have been to college for years, people that study minerals, scientists that actually look at it and take samples of South America and samples of Africa, West Africa, and when they look at the soil, they're like, yo, this land did break off this land. We don't know how long ago, but the science is all these 7 land masses used to be connected to one supercontinent. It had one people. They were melanated people. They were people that had dominant DNA. And in that DNA, they could produce 4 shades of black, 4 shades of brown, 4 shades of yellow, 4 shades of red, 4 shades of, well, albino, and even the white. But it's something about these people. They can't produce anything but their genetic essence. They're people. I mean, at the end of the day, they're people. You can have mutations, I mean, but at the end of the day, they're people. All right? So everyone came from God. Everyone returns to God. Everyone came from the black nation. Everyone returns back to the black nation. Now, I mean, our nationality, according to our lessons, we're Asiatics. We're world citizens. That's our nationality. That's our nationality. Our nation is called the Nation of Islam. When we say Nation of Islam, we're not talking about the Nation of Islam that's 1930 under this flag on. We saying before this flag, we was already the Nation of Islam. Now, I mean, before there was a sun, we was the Nation of Islam. Now, I mean, before the atom sparked. I mean, so we're tracing black back to black matter, dark matter, the black man's mind. We have no beginning nor ending. So why is God looking for God? The black nation self-created itself from nothing into everything. Messenger Elijah Muhammad asked the question, who is that mystery God? When we analyze the dreadful condition of the black nation, we see weakness and spiritual error. However, upon closer inspection, we also see supreme strength and perfect perception. The religious leaders of the world have all failed to properly see God. Presidents, popes, imams, rabbis, gurus, and astrologers have all failed to grasp the reality of the God they claim and worship. Messenger Elijah Muhammad teaches us, for over 66 trillion years, the black nation has been searching for the reality of Allah God. For over 66 trillion. Let me turn to page 9 of Message to the Black Man for a minute, in 1965, and read something about this. The messenger says, the belief in a God other than man, a spirit, Allah has taught me goes back into the millions of years, long before Yaqub, the father of the devils, because the knowledge of God was kept as a secret from the public. So this mystery God is not something new. This is something we've been wrestling with for the longest. Now, I mean, we had no sisters. There's 24 brothers that hid the reality of God, not in the Pacific Ocean, not in Mount Everest, not in the sun or an atom. They hid the reality of God in God. They hid the reality of God in the subconsciousness of the people. So here now you had the people looking around like, where's God? God, save me. God is like, the subconscious, save yourself. What is wrong with you? All right? Trillions of years, the black nation has been searching for the reality of the law of God. That knowledge was not perfected into the teachings of the new Islam by Master Fard Muhammad, the supreme Allah in person. He made it plain to his messenger, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, who made it plain to us. We are all Allah's, God's. It is on video, in papers, and books, yet it is not on the lips of his followers. Why? Can it be that most have overlooked themselves? If so, can such ones claim to have knowledge of self, when knowledge means to listen, know, and observe? Knowledge is the foundation. Why do we find God looking for God? Carrying the living, not the dead. Unite for life, not funerals. The black nation manifested every atomic part of every atom. Use those atoms and quarks to generate the sun, all planets, every star, the moons, meteors, and comets. The black nation, who is a law of God, by mind and body, placed seeds in the fruit, gave water her wetness, and fire his heat. From the seventh dimension, the black nation of Allah proudly stood on the then united 7 continents, weighed the 7 layers of the crust of the earth, and comprehended the dust thereof. The black nation, the people of mental and metabolic melanin, the sun gods and universal stars and reflective earths. Why are we looking for ourselves? They have begun to pray or talk to themselves in private and public. They hate to hear of other gods and will take offense if you call them by their name, which is a law of God. It is okay, and hold on, when we say a law of God, there's countless names of Allah. They're all the name Allah. Allah just means the God in English. When we speak in Arabic, you know what I mean? We're in the age where people talk about Islam or Muslims, so we're just making it plain so that people can have a foundation, something that they could easily identify with. But when we say Allah, we're talking about the African gods, the Chinese god, the gods of Japan, Hawaii, that black man you see in Hawaii 5-0, like them Olmec gods before the Native Americans came here 16,000 years ago across the Bering Straits, the black guys that was already here eating bananas from West Africa, importing that. We've been the gods of this planet. It is okay to say, Brother Alim and Sister Alima. Why the outcry when I say God Alim and Goddess Alima? Do you really have knowledge of yourself, or do you have knowledge of another? That mystery God is the anti-you. It exists but only as an erroneous thought in the flesh of a law God. We must uproot this grafted idea. The black nation named every god, and no god was God but God. With dark skins, light skins, big, little, long, and short noses, full of the soul or breath of life. Our unseen third eye sees and is seen not. We are the best, the most beautiful people of the universe. Baby gods, teen gods, adult gods, elder gods. Some fat, thin, tall, or short. 5 billion beautiful gods who are one. All for one and one from all. We are united in our division. The enemy within black stacked and packed us back to back in the dark hole of this hell ship. Yet we will never give up. Allah, God, will never die. Allah transforms at will. We are the people you cannot define. You can't put us in your little boxes, in your little religions. You can't play King of the Hill and be like, my God is bigger than your God. My minister, my leader is more powerful than your minister. My temple, my church, my mosque is bigger than yours. Come on with the spooky stuff. We all shit. We live in a universe. The whole earth is Allah's home. In our contradictions, there is clarity. Gods and goddesses who have no weaknesses except those they think are weaknesses. Created by explosions, we bring heaven from hell, peace from universal war. By nature, law is a revolutionary, militarily minded. During the storm, you see our tears. In our defiance, you see the nature of our ancestors. Our comedic, kinetical spirit lives through our dominant thoughts. Original warriors who will survive and thrive. Natural lovers. We give. We borrow. We take. We are what we are. We do what we do. Gods and goddesses of life and death. Did we not prove the devil was in God? Did we not prove hell was in heaven? The purpose of life is life. The purpose of death is life. Life is all in all. How amusing to see mankind building temples, churches, synagogues, and masjids to find us. Your Bible, Quran cannot explain us. The true and livings, that is. Have you not heard? Only Allah can see Allah. Beloved, that black and naturally beautiful reflection you see with his graying hairs, baggy eyes, acne, wrinkles, rotten teeth, scars, red eyes, and receding hairline is just a reflection. Messenger Elijah Muhammad said we are all Allah gods. Come see Allah the visible way. See Allah as Allah. Every time you look at a brother or sister, you are looking at Allah in person. Love Allah as Allah loves you. Assalamu alaikum. Your brother, Alif Allah. This next essay is titled Allah in the Mirror. I'm not going to read it, but I'm just reading a verse from this Bible. For what the law could not do is that it was weak through the flesh. God sending his own son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit or mind. Bible, Romans chapter 8, verse 2 and 4. And I'm going to read one last quote, ended with a quote from the Messenger. Now, this quote from the Messenger, it's in Theology Time, but I'm going to give you the page and the date that he said it, so you'll be like, you can check it out for yourself, because a lot of people are like, the Messenger don't teach that we're God. I mean, you're changing the teachings. No, the teachings change us, brother, sister. This particular one was titled God's Status. Alright? And this, I opened up with the Messenger from the Theology of Time. This is the Theology of Time, page 124, July 16, 1972, by Messenger Elijah Muhammad, Chicago, Illinois. He reads, and I quote, I'm raised up among you to teach you who we are, and to teach you who the white people are, of whom you've been bowing down to worshiping. You've been putting them above God when you are the God of this world. Let me say that again. You are the God of this world. But you must follow someone. The black man is the God of the race. He is the creator. He is the creator. The Holy Quran doesn't teach of a Rasoul Allah or a spook God or a spirit God. It teaches Huwa Allahi. He the God. He the God. The Messenger said he is the creator. Huwa al-Khaliq. He is the creator. I don't care how you've been mistreated. Still, your father was a black man. And he is the one who created this earth and is now taking it over. This is our earth. By Messenger Elijah Muhammad. The Holy Theology of Time, page 124, July 16, 1972. Drop the mic, family. Drop the mic. The black man is God. Wake up. Peace and blessings, family. One love.